Welcome to BaldHeaded Metal, guys. Welcome back to another reaction, another song from BESOMORA. It's an Australian melodic death metal band that I had a chance to actually sit down with one of their masterminds, Vlad, and kind of pick his brain about the music they're creating and the inspirations behind the band, his previous band that he had in Kazakhstan. And I knew the second single that this band has released was a cover of Kiss, let alone the song I Was Made for Loving You in a death metal style kind of rendition with what I understand a very spicy music video. So let's see what it's all about and see what we got going on here. I like the first single from BESOMORA already, Disgraced. If you guys want to see that reaction, I'll make sure I link it down below so you can check it out. But without any further ado, let's see what it's all about. I love me some melodic death metal. Yeah, this is a very cool rendition. I mean, it's more reimagining than it is even a cover. It's a reimagining of the song. They took what essentially was a love song and turned it into this kind of BDSM, dark, almost like thematic that they got going on here. And little tidbit that kind of Vlad let me know on is that the person they hired for the female actress that was playing there is a real BDSM dominatrix, which is kind of adds to the authenticity of it with her with the whip and everything like that. So it's going to be interesting how he does the chorus line as well, because I really like the added guitar riffs and obviously the vocals that he adds to it, that it still keeps the spirit of Kiss, but at the same time obviously makes it much heavier than it was originally, which is what I always say about covers. There's no point doing the exact same thing that you've done before. Take a risk and change it up. There's a chance people might not click with it, of course, but I think you should take a risk, and I think in this case it was the right risk. Again, this makes sense because you start seeing the thinking behind the musician when you watch a music video like this, and you start looking at the name of the band and why they chose this cover as BESOMORA is the combination of two demons in a Slavic folklore of a male and a female demon, right? The opposites, and the song is about love, but there's a BDSM element. Obviously, the red signifying some kind of evil intent. Like all these kinds of things start coming together visually that makes sense why the song was picked. For example, I really like the main structure of the song. The chorus, it does sound a little bit funny because you're so used to hearing that disco that Kiss was doing, and for any Kiss fan, we all know the controversy around the album, saying that it was their most controversial record because they always said we'll never do disco, and they were going to be this heavy rock and roll band with Detroit Rock City, right? and then out of nowhere they cave in and make a disco record. And for many people from that record on, especially with their unmasking, they became too commercial and too poppy, where I personally like the unmasked Kiss era more. There's people obviously that would argue with me completely, and some people would say they don't like Kiss, period. I wouldn't blame you, because Gene Simmons comes off kind of as an asshole. But in general, I love unique renditions on a song, and this is a complete unique rendition. They essentially changed it into a new song. I think if Vlad took out the lyrics that are familiar from Kiss and changed up, it's like a new song. It's almost fair to call it a second single, not even a cover, because of how different it is. And music video, I really appreciate a nice music video. You can tell the money paid off here. They spent it in the right way. They didn't overdo it with too many locations and too many sets and too many elements. They kept it simple. If you notice that they don't have the dominatrix actress in the same scenes with the band, because it was probably just very difficult coordinating all of it, probably scheduling wise. He even told me it took him 14 hours to record the music video, which was like exhausting in itself, right? Just to get it the way they wanted it. So I think there's smart decisions made by the director, smart decisions made by the band to utilize what they got in the best kind of way. But for me personally, as much as I like this, I still like their original more, because I really like the style that Vlad writes in. I checked out his old band, Double Face, from Kazakhstan. Actually, great music. He writes music very, very well. I think he's in some ways beyond his years in the way he writes music. Because sometimes it takes bands like multiple projects and multiple bands to get up to that level. He understands musicianship. And then with this new band, with Disgraced, I just got into that groove of Gothenburg, so kind of Swedish melodic death metal, which he himself, in an interview with him, he mentioned that that's something that he was inspired by. So I gravitate towards that heavily, but I also resonate with the fact how much of a Kiss fan he is to create this kind of a cover, and that's where appreciation for the song comes in. I also love kind of the changes that he's made. Again, I'm very, very familiar with this song. I love the song a lot. So it's all of these kind of things combined together what's making me like this particular rendition. That part, is ending part especially, was really, really nice with a female vocalist. From what I understand, is a jazz performer, so she had that very soulful voice that she kind of interjected in that last part. I thought it would be a nice touch to have her throughout. I think she has a really nice voice, but I think I get his thinking. It's like, you know what? Let's make it something special in the end. Really, really finish it off on a high note. So let's get her into that ending part. I think that was the thinking behind it. So it makes sense from that perspective. I personally, I'm going to look forward to the original content from this band because I think they have the pedigree for a good melodic death metal band that's just going to grow and expand its wings. And what really, really resonated with me is Vlad's ambitions are heard in his voice and his passion is heard in his voice, which is extremely important, I think, for the success of anything that you do in life. Like, why cut yourself short and say you're just doing it for fun? Go full force, strive to be successful. And obviously, being from the same homeland that I'm from, we're both so from the Soviet Union. It also there's a part where we resonate with each other, being immigrants in a different country. But I think the way he's really forming this band, there's a lot of playfulness in the music. At the same time, he takes himself very seriously with music. It's like this, I don't know, for me, it's just a good combination. It's not me just because I'm partial to him now. I just kind of, you're feeling you have a brother in a different country. It's me just enjoying the music. It's a shame that there's only 2 songs at the moment, But from what I understand, he's going to release a full EP, and we'll kind of go through that as well. But Vlad, I know you're going to be watching this one. I did enjoy this one. I did enjoy this rendition of the song. But honestly, I like your original material more. If I had to pick one song, you put me like gun to the head on the spot, what you have to pick, I'll pick the original material that you've created with Disgrace because I think you're a great songwriter. I'll put it like that. So leaving with that, guys, make sure to enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe out there. And hey, if there's any band watching this particular reaction that's also thinking about starting something themselves, fuck it. Start. Put your effort into it. There's smaller YouTubers like us that will be more than glad to do covers and promote you, because I feel it's an important part from my side as a fan of heavy metal to spread the word of heavy metal. We'll never be as big as pop or hip hop genres because it's always going to be a niche kind of a genre. So I think it's up to people in the music industry to help each other out. That's at least how I feel. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm too naive and idealistic. Guys, take care of yourselves.